All right, all right. Ooh-wee. I know, man. I know. I know I am. I'm not really late, but I had to get some tea because that cold air that I was out in today, excuse me, really did a number on my throat. So, plus I was on the phone talking with a Virginia notary, helping them out with some questions they had. So, did all of that. Got my tea, water, throat lozenges, all that good stuff. What's going on, party people? Got my throat lozenges. So, I think I'm good to go now. So, what's going on? All right. Welcome to all of y'all. What's going on, bruh? Everything by John. Yep. I can't even pronounce the name. Y'all know I'm bad with that. Y'all know I'm bad with that. Oh man, let me do something here real quick. Oh man. Trying to get all of this stuff straight. All right. Let's see here. All right. So let me get this together here. All right. I'm just trying to fix some stuff that I forgot to fix. And I think turn that off. And I need to edit this. Hope y'all's had a great day. Everything's been wonderful over here. I need to change that to that. All right, so I think all of that is saved. All right. Yeah, I've been ripping today, man. I've been going all over the place. I've got to hit the save button on that one. All right, we good to go now. So yeah. All right. So I see my lady Angela up in the house. We got Wendell. Why I said Wendell? Willie. We got Akita. We got my man Jeff. Emogene. Okay, I remember that name. I remember. Yep. Lee Summit. All right, cool. I'm here in Virginia. So I just wanted to do this with y'all real quick. I was going to record it, but it was just easier for me to turn the music off. Find the music. Oh, hold on. I got to change something. There we go. All right. And then I want to go back to my blue. All right. Got my stuff straight now. Got my notary package today in the mail. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Congratulations to you. Very, very, very happy for you. So, how's everybody been? What's the day? I don't forgot the day of the week. Today is what, Tuesday? So how's everybody been? I hope y'all been doing good. Yeah, things are starting to pop end of the month. So a whole bunch of orders have been coming through. The quirky part, and this is for you to also understand as a notary, the quirky part, and there's my wife. She's downstairs doing some of her student records for her cosmetology school. And her student, oh my goodness, hold on. Her student, the one that I did the pictures for that y'all saw, she got a 99 on the first part of her test. So her first part was the practical where she did do the haircutting and everything. And that young lady got a 99. My wife trained her very, very well, and she went in there and tore that thing up. So we're just excited about when she in a couple of months does the theory part, the book part of it, and she passes that, and then she'll have her license. So we're excited about that. So congratulations to Yvette. She looks at the channel from time to time. So congratulations to you. She did excellent with that. Very, very good. And I'm gonna just put it out there. Look, if any of you who are in Virginia, especially the Hampton Roads area, you need a cosmetology school. You need to go check my wife out. That is let me, and you need to sharpen your skills.com. That is that's the website. You need to go there. Check her out. I'm telling you, if you are struggling passing the state board exam, especially the practical, because a lot of people have problem with that with the cutting of the hair. She has a course on that. Check the website out for the pricing and everything. And I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. All right. Yep. This is live. This is live. Yeah, I've been doing. You must not been catching my Friday night lives, Gracie. But yeah, I've been doing lives. This is 100% live. So, but yeah, one of the things when you're a notary that you can come across when it comes, especially the end of the month, you'll get orders like how to put it, you'll get orders early for the rest of the week. So, in other words, like on Monday, Tuesday, or the week before, you'll get orders that'll cover you for the rest of the week. So, for like Thursday and Friday, leading toward the last day of the month. But then on that Thursday or Friday, you'll get a buttload of orders and you're already booked. And you might get orders coming in at the last minute that's paying a ton more money, but you don't want to walk away from the people who you've already booked with just to go run for after 10 or 20 or $50 more. And what has happened in some cases, you know, if you and I might have done this once or twice when I first started not knowing any better. Excuse me. You go and you're booked for an $80 order and you was booked a week ago and it's for that Friday. And then on that Friday, you get a notification for 125 for the same time as the $80 one. So you I can't make it there and you go and do another order and then you get rid of the $80 order in order to do the $125 order. You actually hit the button and get accepted for the 125 and then you drop the 80. Well, what happens sometimes, maybe 40% of the time I've seen it with other notaries I've talked to, they wind up losing both orders because then the one that came in last minute gets canceled because they didn't have all the documents together. They didn't have something together, so now you're out altogether. So now you're missing out on the 125 and the 80. So you have to be careful about doing that. And a lot of people will. I don't do that. In the beginning, I sort of did it here and there, not knowing any better, trying to, accommodate everybody. But I'm telling you, that is not something you really want to get caught up in doing. There's been times where I have an $80 order, $60 order, and a 150 will come in, and it's like I can't do it. And I do let it slide. I'm like, okay, I just have to catch the next one. It happens that way. It really, really, really does. And it can happen where you let that order pass and then turn around and the order you do have gets canceled or rescheduled for next month. So that money ain't coming this month, is coming next month. And you're like, man, I could have took, you could have, should have, would have. But then sometimes what happens, another order come through and I'll pick that one up. It might not be for the 150, it'll be a little bit more than the 180. But my thing is, it's money. So that can happen. And just if you get assigned, stick with it. Okay. Just stick with the order. Don't do all this order hopping and all of that kind of stuff. So overall, things have been good this month. But a little slower. It has been slower, but overall it's been pretty good. So I've been sort of steady. Today I had an order got canceled, and the second time this order got canceled. I was supposed to have been doing it last week, I think last Friday. They said it's going to happen Monday. 3 o'clock came. didn't hear nothing. 3:30 came, didn't hear nothing. And I don't have to go and run behind the signing company order for documents because they're very good at getting things together. When they have the documents, boom, they're on it. Maybe three something. That's when I found. No, I'm sorry. It was two something, like 2 o'clock, 2:30. It was around 3 o'clock. That's when I got the notification that hey, this is not going to happen today. No problem. I catch them on the next one. But enough other orders have come through to cover that. So I'm good. I'm good. So this week is looking good. I'm probably sitting at about 13 or 14 for the week as of now, and probably end up being hopefully closer to 18. Okay, I gotta look at that. My wife just sent me something. Gotta look at that. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. But something that I want to talk to y'all about, and I don't think I ever have, is getting ready for your first order, getting prepped or getting yourself together mentally and everything else for your first order. Because I know things are going to pop, I know things are going to change. And a lot of notaries, especially those who are my channel members, they've been saying they've been getting order opportunities. So I wanted to go over some stuff with y'all. Now, let me preface it this way. What I'm about to show you is a culmination of over 5 years of me doing this business. It's not saying that I do this every single time. Some of these aspects I don't do as much. Some of them I probably don't do at all anymore, but this is just a guideline. But at some point in time, these were different things that I did as a part of getting prepared to do a closing so that I can be as successful as I possibly can be. And feel free to ask your questions also. Excuse me. So I just got two for tomorrow, noon for 125, the other 90, but the 90 moved to 6 because he thought he could do his refi in 15, 20 minutes at his lunch. I still get to keep the 125. And I guess you can't do the 6 o'clock for him. Yeah. Um, and depending on which company, see, like if it's a VA refi, those are hard to do in 15, 20 minutes. A VA refi of 180, 200 pages that you might get from Villa Title or Simple Signings or Armor Settlement. So if you get a Villa Title, Armor Settlement, or Simple Signings, those VA loans can be about 150 to 200 pages, really 180 to 200 pages, or a little bit more than 200. So those are hard to do, even if you have them prepped. It can be very, very difficult because it's a lot to go through. You're talking about 20 some pages of the deed, and they need to initial each one. They got to initial the note, the deed, the affidavit of occupancy. They need to also initial the plan unit development rider and the assumption, the one that says nobody can assume the loan. So yeah, it can be hard. And then especially if that person, they say they want to do it in 15, 20 minutes, but they always want to peek and read and glance at something. So yeah, that's hard to do. But unfortunately, I guess you couldn't do it at 6 p.m. and all of that good stuff. It says my orders have slowed down a bunch, but I think it's because I need to update. And that's one of the things I got to finish doing. I've done the background check. I got to upload that. So yeah, if your credentials are out of date, you will see a huge slowdown. I got to do the NNA tests. I'm gonna do that this weekend. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it before this weekend and everything. I'm gonna do it before this week. I'm gonna do it this week. Probably do it tomorrow because I don't even know what I got tomorrow. What is my calendar for tomorrow? And I'm gonna get to what I'm talking about in a second, y'all. I got 3 tomorrow, so yeah, I can probably, yeah, tomorrow evening, heck, maybe tonight I'll get it done. Nonetheless, I get it done. Get that bad boy done. So it said I had 3 refis yesterday, each within 25 miles. Once they know I have a copy of the docs, they just sign it. There you go. That's it. That's it. So, all right. let's add this to the screen and pop you down. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more here. All right, so I'm just going to go through this. And again, hold on, let me come back to y'all. Let me come to y'all. Look, this is not to say this is set in stone. This is guaranteed. This is the way it has to be done. This is just a guide, a suggestion. I will put a link to this in the description at the end. So you can, this is on Google, so you can go to Google Docs and grab this and look at it, save it, do whatever you want. This is stuff that I've done over the years, a culmination of it. There might be a little bit more that I've done. I probably could take something out, but I was just trying to give a good overview for you. So anybody who comes and like, hey, I got this $50 course to show you how to do loan closings opposite of Griff, don't be buying that stuff. This is just a guide. I know that some of you like to sit there and put baby powder on the documents, and you like to sit there and and get incense and candles, and you got all this other stuff you like to do. That's fine. That's fine. Do you? I'm just sharing what I do. And if you don't agree with what I'm saying, then hop on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok and do your own video about it. Okay. It's that simple. So, the first thing you have to do, you got to respond to the order notification. And that is one of the biggest issues that a lot of notaries are not doing. Yeah, there we go. I'm looking for my highlighter. Okay. So you got to respond to the order notification. And in responding, it seems like this is just too small. There we go, 200. The main thing in order for you to do, you got to know your schedule. If you don't know what your schedule is, in other words, an order come in for tomorrow at 3 o'clock, you need to know whether or not you can do that. You need to know what your schedule is. If an order came in for next Tuesday at 5 o'clock or next Wednesday at 8 in the morning, you need to know just like that whether or not you can do it. You need to know. You got to have a good idea so that you can just hit the button and say yes to it, not sit there and start thinking and calling the spouse and calling the kids and seeing if Mima and Big Mama can watch the kids and see if Uncle can go pick the kids up. You don't have time for that. You need to be able to know that when the order comes in, you glance at it. All I do is look for the city, the time, and then boom, that's it. The city, time, and the dollar amount. City, time, dollar amount, boom, okay, we good. And then I'm hitting the buttons like, okay, bam. That's all I'm looking at. I don't care what kind it is, none of that. The city, the time, the dollar amount. That's what I want to know. What city it is, the time. Well, with the time meaning the date and the, the date and the time, and that way I'll know. And it's like, okay, boom, yep, I can do that. I can do that. Yep. And I can just hit the button. So the first thing is you need to respond to the notification. Okay. And there's a video I have out there. And at the end, I'll go back and I'll link that video in the description so y'all can go look at it. It's a video about how order notification looks. Okay. So you need to know your schedule. After you get that, now you will get a notification saying you've been assigned. If you click on it and you don't get a notification at some point in time saying you have been assigned to order, then you were not assigned to order. The notification will come through either text message or email or both. Okay. Some companies just send you an email, some will send you a text, and most of the time they will send you both a text and an email. So you will get notification that you've been assigned. If it's on signature closers, it just shows up in the app. If it's SnapDocs, you'll get a email and a text message in the same with signing order. So you'll get notified that you have it. Once you have it, you log into the portal and then you go and you'll see the order in your queue and then you contact the client. Now, you contact them either by phone, text, email. Now, if I'm in a signing, and yes, if I'm sitting there, my phone dings, I'm checking it. And I'm like, okay, I got to order because sometimes it's coming from the company that I'm actually doing a closing with. And again, feel free to ask your questions and hit the like button. I greatly appreciate that. And I forgot to change my banner. Talking about we'll be back in a second of starting. There we go. So what you let me get back here so I can see y'all questions. Again, ask any questions you want. We'll cover them. Nobody's question is not going to get answered. So if I'm not in a with a client, I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call the person real quick. Hey, dot dot dot. Sometimes you'll call and they gave you the wrong phone number, or the phone number hasn't been set up and everything. Yeah, incense and candles. Yeah. Um, so their phone may not been set up, or their voicemail may be full. Then send them a text. Okay, send them a text message. All right, send them a text. All right. You send them a text message. And if neither one of those seem to be working, if they have the email, send them an email. Try to contact them via all three. And then you update the order to reflect the fact that you actually did contact them. Okay. Now that's something I got to get better at because I sometimes forget. But update the order to let them know that you did reach out to them and what method. Okay. If they ask you what method. The next thing, and sometimes I will do this here before I even contact them, is add it to your calendar. You really want to make sure you add this to your calendar so that you want to add this to your calendar so that it will be on there in case another order comes in before you get to confirm with them or even after, and then you're not double booking. And that's one of the huge things that I was doing, and y'all seen it. I would end up being double booked. I would have a 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 5 o'clock. So I'm triple booked because I forgot to update my calendar, and then an order came in, and I'm like, yeah, I can do it at 3, but I'm already booked at 2 o'clock and all that kind of stuff, or I'm already booked at 4 o'clock. So those things happen, and it is not fun. Now, I've been very fortunate that when it does happen, I'm pretty close to each order. But when you are not, my screen is blurry. Is my screen blurry to anybody else? Because I don't, it doesn't look blurry to me. Hold on, let me look on my phone. Hold on. Anybody else? I don't, it doesn't look blurry to me. Yeah, I'm looking on my phone. It doesn't look blurry on my phone. It looks very clear on my phone. So I don't know if it's your phone, a small screen or what have you, but it is, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's crystal clear on my cell phone. But I will give you a link to this here. So another thing I do is update my family. When I put it on my calendar, I add my family on there. So my wife and my sons, they know what my schedule is. So I add them in there and it sends them a notification and adds it to their calendar so that they will know, what's going on with me in case they need me to do something or what have you. They know where I'm at. They know what my schedule is. So add it to your calendar, update the calendar, and make sure you add your family on there and all of that good stuff. So the next thing is, so at this point, you responded, you contacted the client, whether it was confirmed or you waiting for a confirmation, waiting for them to call you back or text you, whatever. Then you're getting your calendar straight. Check your notary gear. When you now, I don't do this part as much because I've already got it squared away. But in the beginning, I always was checking. Okay, make sure I got enough toner, paper, pens, blank certificates, folders for my stuff, whatever you have to have, clipboards, all of that. Make sure you got everything. That your ink is is good. That and your stamp, and that you're not over inking it, all of that kind of stuff. Okay. If it's been a while and you haven't used your stamp at all or very little, it could dry out. So you want to check that ahead of time. And that has happened to some people where they went and got to the closing and the ink was dried up in their stamp on both sides of the pad. So you want to do that. You want to make sure you do that. Now, let me go back to the contacting the client real quick. When I call them, I'll say, "This is Mr. Griffin." I say, if whether they answer the phone, let's say if they don't answer the phone, my message is this. This is Mr. Griffin from Griffin Notary. I'm the notary assigned to meet with Mr. Jones, Mr. and Mrs. Jones for their real estate closing. Now, you can say real estate closing, or you can say what it actually is for the purchase property that they're doing, or the sale property that they're doing, or the refinance, you like whatever you want. You can figure out which whatever how you want to say that part. So for their real estate closing, when you get them on February the 20 February the 23rd at 9 a.m. in Chesapeake, Virginia, or you can even actually say their address. Then I will say, when you have a moment, please give me a call back to confirm. Give them my number, and I will also let them know that they can text me the confirmation, and please include your name so that I will know who is texting me, because I'm not saving each and every person's phone number in my phone. Okay, so I don't do that, and I have not gotten to the point where with that person's number that I'm going to recognize it when they call back. So I asked them, I say, you can call back or you can text me, and leave you, and please include your name so I'll know who's texting. And I'll tell them, I say, because I do multiple of these a day. And majority of the time, probably 80% of the time, they text, "Hey, this is Mr. and Mrs. Jones. We're confirmed, dot, dot, dot." Sometimes they just want to call and just want to hear my voice. I'm be honest, they be like, "Yeah, I just want to hear what you sound like." They're just checking me out and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I do. So I'm checking my gear, making sure I got everything that I need to have for doing this order. All of this stuff here. Y'all see my printers in the back, making sure I got everything. So when I hit that print button, ain't nothing running out. I'm not running out of anything. Okay. And thank y'all again for hitting the like button and sharing. We got 11 likes, 25 people. Come on, let's get them likes up, party people. Let's get them likes up. Now, once you've been assigned all of that stuff, you're going to get notification that it's time for you to the documents are ready. You go in there, you download the documents. I suggest, as a new notary, review them on your computer before you print them. Pull it up in Adobe and review them. Review them, take a look at them. Okay, okay. What now? Again, y'all know I'm not talking about reading the documents and explaining them. I'm talking about reviewing them so you can get a general idea of what where they need to sign at. Okay, so this document here is such and such. It's 5 pages to it. Do they need to initial anything on those 5 pages in addition to signing it? It's either yes or no. Are there any other things that need to be filled out on those 5 pages? It's either yes or no. And then at the end, what do they need to do? They need to sign it. Okay. Do they need the date? Yes. Do they need to initial that last page? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Then you look and you say, is there a notarial certificate there? It's either yes or no. If there's none there, you don't have to add one. Okay. Don't sit there and start, well, do I need to add one? Do they have one on there with the mortgage documents? If they want it on there, they will add it on there. I had an order a couple of last week. It was in an assumption agreement. One person signed it, and and they had a notarial certificate added, but there was nothing in that document that indicated that that needed to be done. So I didn't add one. I get a notification today that, hey, we need a all-purpose acknowledgement. We gotta get with you to get that done. And they said in there, no one told us. So the signing company didn't even know that that was something that needed to be done. Title company was like, hey, and me and the members talked about that this weekend, about people assuming that you know that you should just add a certificate to something when they never gave you an indication about it. So you download the documents, review them on your computer, and then you print them and review them again. Now this time I'm going through and I'm looking at them and I'm getting things set up. And if you prep them, that's why I got if needed. Put your stickers here, this, that, and the other. Now don't overdo it with the stickers. Having every time you see their name. Let me put a sticker here. If their name is on the signature line, they should know they need to sign it. If they don't, something's wrong. because that's what you're there for. Let me come back to y'all for a quick second. One of the things that you got to keep in mind is that we're there to do what? Get them to sign the documents. We're there for them to sign documents, not there to say, oh, I just came here so you can hear me tell you something about the documents or just look at the documents, but don't sign it. No, they have to sign it. If they're not signing the documents, then something's wrong. And sometimes they will ask you, do I need to sign this? Yes. If your name is on there. And that's one of the things I'll get to. Like, you got to prep them and say, look, where you see your name, you sign it. If I'm handing it to you, you need to sign it and or initial it. And if you see a date field, please date. If you don't see a date field, you do not have to date it in the store. But if I'm handing it to you, you need to sign it. There might be one or two documents that I hand you that you don't need to sign, but for the most part, anything I hand you, you need to sign it. So you don't so you don't have to ask me, do I need to sign this? The answer is yes. I'm just being real with y'all, okay? So back here. And any questions? Any questions? So prepping the documents if needed. And I got a video about prepping the documents. You go to my playlist, you'll see Notary Basics, and it is a video in there. Now, I would suggest with your first order, get there about 10 or 15 minutes early, maybe even 20. And when I say park safely, what I'm talking about is making sure you park in such a way that you won't get hit, hopefully, or hit somebody's car or mailbox or something. That's what you should be focusing on. Park safely. I park on the street. Very rarely do I pull into somebody's driveway. Now, if it's in a cul-de-sac, more than likely I'm gonna pull in the driveway if there's space. But if they're not in a cul-de-sac, I just park on the street. I don't block the mailbox depending on what time of day it is. If it's because I don't know what time everybody's mailman come. So basically, from about 10 till 5 in the afternoon, I do whatever I can to make sure I'm not parked in front of anybody's mailbox in case the postal worker comes through and need to drop mail off. I tend not to park in the driveway because I don't want to be blocking somebody in. And all of a sudden, the kids like, okay, I'm leaving, mom. I'll see you later, and then I'm blocking them in. Then I got to stop, go out there, and the rule is don't leave the documents with anybody unattended. So that means what? I would have to pack everything up and then go out there, move the car, and then come back and unpack everything. And I'm not going to be doing all of that. So to keep me from doing that, I don't park in people's driveway. Even if I got to park a little bit down over here to walk to them, I would do that. So that is not an issue for me at all. So when you get to the house, entering in, look at the house layout. Okay. Look at the layout. I know that ain't proper English. Look at house layout. Look at the house layout. Look at the layout of the house, however you want to say it. The reason why is because they might have really, really white, super white carpet. You got your shoes. You may not want to walk on it. They might have that, what's that called? That Berber carpet. Ladies with heels, you don't want to walk on Berber carpet with heels because the way that carpet is, your heel is slipped in between the in the threading, and then you go to pull it out and you can just rip a hole in their carpet. So you want to be mindful of that. You want to look at the layout. Just because there's a dining room table to your right, they may want to go in the kitchen. So you want to look at the layout of the house. Make sure you ain't walking in the wrong direction and all that kind of stuff. Take a note. Do they have shoes on or off? They might want you to take your shoes off. That's why it's good to have the booties so you can do all of that. Find out where they want you to sit. Don't assume that they want you to sit here or there. Let them lead and guide you to that. And be mindful that they might not have a table. They may not have a table in the house. Sometimes the young folk don't have tables, and you might have to be standing up at the kitchen counter. That's why it's important to have the booties and all of that kind of stuff. I mean the clipboards, have the clipboards. Shoes, again, they may want you to take shoes off. If they do, take the shoes off. So now you're at the table, countertop, wherever you're at. Now it's time to pull out your gear. This is what I do. I pull out the documents and I give them their copy of the documents. I get my logbook out, my stamp out, my clipboard and pens. Maybe not in necessarily in that order, but I first pull out the documents, hand them their copy and everything, and they go playing with that. I get the IDs and everything. So I got the logbook out, got all my gear out that I need. Okay. Then the first thing that I do is I put the IDs in the logbook. That's the first thing you should be doing. Once you collect the ID, get the IDs, record them in your logbook. And then during the prep time, I pulled the Patriot Act up to the front. So I have the Patriot Act up there, and I go ahead on to fill out the ID stuff for the Patriot Act. Then I put up my logbook. I give, yeah, well, the signers already got their copy, but sometimes some people will give the copy to the signers after. But before I get started, I give them their copy, and then I administer the oath and affirmation. Do you solemnly swear or affirm on the penalty of perjury? Da 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 da. I go ahead on and do that. Now, if your state says you need to do it for each and every one individually, do so. If you can do it one time to cover the whole time, do so. Whatever your state says you're supposed to do. Conducting the signing. I'm watching them as they sign, making sure that they're doing stuff correctly. If the instructions, and I forgot about that. That's why I told you some things I forgot. Before the signing and conducting the signing, have the instructions out. Okay, have your instructions out to make sure that you're making sure that they follow what they're supposed to do. So if they say they're supposed to sign a particular way, show them in the instructions you're supposed to sign like this, so that they don't think that you're just making up stuff and all of that. Watch them sign, check each document, hand it back to you. So as they hand you the document, you view the document and make sure that they did what they're supposed to do on there correctly. Once everything is done, as you wrapping things up, check the documents. Okay. Make sure you go back and check. Take your time. Don't rush through. Sign, date, initial, notarize. You checking to see if all of that stuff is done properly. Collect your gear, get all your pins, all that kind of stuff, put your stuff back in the bag. Don't forget your stamp. And then you go and you do the report the closing is complete. Okay. Now, I will be honest, there's some signing companies, as soon as you done drove 40 minutes to this closing. Let me come back to y'all for a quick second. You done drove 40 minutes to this closing, and then and the closing was at 9 a.m. You finished at 9:55. You tell them you're done, and at 10:01, when the documents are coming back, when the scan's gonna be done. Have you scanned yet? It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I got a 40-minute ride home. So I'm just being real with y'all. Some people don't do the closeout report till they get back home, especially when they got just one or two signings and they're far apart enough apart. They'll just do it when they get back home and get the scans done and then let's say they get the order done in 30 minutes or less and they can get home before that quote unquote hour. They'll just do the closeout when they get home because some people don't feel like being badgered by the signing company, sending email after email and even calling you. So when you going to get the scans done? When you going to get it done? It's like, okay, your order says I got 3 hours to get it done, but you're badgering me. And I'm just using, that's my word. You're on me about it 6-7 minutes after I give you the closeout report. And that can be very, very frustrating for some people. Okay. So some people will, you know what, when I get home, I'll do the closeout then. It'll be under the hour. I get the scans done. Here you go. Okay, I'm done. Now there are automatic emails that come out saying when the scan's going to come. But then there are also people that are sitting there waiting for you. And as soon as they get that notification, they're waiting like 3 or 4 minutes. And then they're hitting you back like, when you gonna do the scans? And what it is, they're promising the title company. So title is like, so when the scan's gonna get done? So they asking you. And one of the things I'm somewhat hesitant on is guaranteeing that scans will be done by a certain time. And the reason why is because they go back and tell the title, The notary said they'll be up in 30 minutes. You're driving home and you get in a car accident, or there's a car accident out there or something that delays, and now it's going to be 45 minutes to an hour before you can even get home. It ain't going to be done in 35 minutes, and then they'll be on you. Well, you did say that you would do this. And it's like, so I stopped doing that, you know, always asking ETA. Correct. They are always asking for an ETA. Thanks again, y'all, for hitting the like button. Greatly appreciate it. So you have to measure that. Some companies don't bug you. You can close out and they won't bother you whatsoever, and all of that. So let's get back to here. We're just about done. And again, feel free to ask your questions concerning anything that I've covered here, or that you feel I might have missed covering. I didn't cover. Scan the documents. Now, one of the things when it comes to scanning the documents that I do, and I've told y'all that I do, I actually, okay, what I do is even if scans aren't required, I still scan. um, Now, sometimes I try to scan. There was one couple few times I don't, but for the most part, I will scan. There's some companies, if you come across a company that can be a little sensitive, a little nitpicky-ish, and even though they don't require scans, may best serve you to scan anyway as a backup during harsh weather, rain, snow, whatever the case may be. You may want to scan the documents anyway, just to be on the safe side. And that has happened a couple of times, even recently, where I scanned the documents. No scan was required, but for some reason, something got delayed, and I was able to provide them with the scans, and they was able to get the stuff recorded. So that's something that I do, and I suggest that you do. And then you ship the documents. Get the documents shipped. Don't take them to an Eckers. Don't take them to a Walmart and all of that stuff. Take them to an actual FedEx or UPS shipping place that got real live FedEx UPS people. I have a company called Postnet that is here, and they get picked up from them by FedEx. FedEx comes, this company is similar to FedEx and UPS all together. So they come to them and they pick the documents up and they ship them out. They get delivered on time. Um, so that, for the most part, is it. Now, are there any questions? I'm serious. Don't be shy and afraid to ask questions, because if you're a new notary and you're concerned about how to do things, that's what this is. This is just a guide, a loose guide. There's not saying that you have to do any of this or even any part of this. This is just like, these are things that I was like, okay, well, yeah, I do this, I do that, I just broke it down in different little segments um of it. But if you don't have some kind of plan, you could be all over the place. And that was one of the things that I had to do, and that has helped me to be successful, is by having a plan in place for every time I get an order. I got to make sure my printers got um paper in them, toner. I got extra toner over there, something back here. I got all kinds of paper. I just picked up some more letter paper. I got um legal paper. I just I don't even know what the heck is that now. Oh, just got some more pens. More pens, more refills for my pens, all of that. So I make sure that I have everything that I need. Got my ink for my stamp, all of that. So the main thing is just making sure you have the stuff so that when the order comes in, you can you can go. When you're not prepared, I'm telling you, it will be a nightmare for you. And I've been in that situation. It says, any family members in the notary business? My oldest son, he's a notary, but he's busy doing his regular job. So, and then things have slowed down, so he's not doing it as much. My wife is busy with a cosmetology school. My oldest son, he's not interested. So if they were, he was, I would help him, but you know, this is my thing. The notary is my thing, and my oldest son likes it. So he'll probably get back into it when things change a little bit. But right now, with his work schedule, he's not able to get orders and stuff. And even before things slowed down, he wasn't getting as many orders because they was like, well, he doesn't have enough experience. I'm like, I got him. I'm like, he's my son. Y'all know I'm good. So he's good. So work with me. And some companies would not. They did not want to give him a chance because on paper he legitimately didn't have as much experience as me. But I'm like, I'll roll with him. Can I go with him? Well, I don't know. Let me talk to your manager. I'm serious. I said, let me talk to your manager. Got the manager on the phone. I said, I do good work. This is my son. I'm going to make sure he does it right. Is there an issue with me going and making sure he does it right? I said, because if he had a Florida property, I will be his witness. So what's wrong with me going? Well, you put it that way. All right, you can go. And then I show up and he did. And he was doing great. But it's just, again, they get into this mode of, well, you don't have this and you don't have that. Yeah, I know Griff is your dad and all that, but nah, we're not gonna give you a shot. So that's why he had to sort of slow down and just kept focused on, working his job and everything. Um, but the main thing is you focusing and like, okay, what do I need to do to make this happen? So sometimes I run through scenarios in my head. I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm in Virginia Beach. What do I need to do? And the best way I can do this is so let me do it this way. Hopefully I can. Um Hold on. It won't let me do it. Okay. They used to let me put little markers on there, but I'll do it this way. So we got this map here. So with this map, I used to be able to just put a little marker on there to say, hey, hmm, I ain't gonna worry about it. All right. So let's just say this is me here, this Woodstock. So if this is my house, this is where I live at, but I'm over here doing whatever. I got to ask myself, what's the logistics I need to have together to get from over here to here to get up over here, follow my mouse over here to get this order done. Or if I got to go over here, or if I got to go across the water. What are the logistics that I need to have together? Okay, I need to make sure I have this. So when I leave the house, I have things set up here so that I can come home and boom, I got my scanner already primed to go. I get here, drop the papers in there, and then boom, I can scan and get everything done. So that's what I'm doing. I'm thinking, and I'm like, okay, which route? So if I live over here, let's just say I live here, I got multiple ways. I can go 164, I can go 17, I can go 664 to 264 or 64, or I can go down 464. I got like 4 or 5 different ways that I can get home. And I need to figure out which is going to be the most efficient. So those are the ways that's some of the stuff that I do. I really do think about what do I need to do to make this happen, logistically. Okay, an order comes in, I'm at home for 2 o'clock and it's over here in Western Branch. I go to Western Branch, but then I get an order before I leave Western Branch that says we need you to go down here in Hickory, way back here. So now I'm over here and I'm doing it with a company that I know is notorious for getting docs late. Either I'm going to accept it or not. Man, I don't know. I might not because I go do this one. Now I got to drive all the way back here and then got to go way down here. And let's just say by the time I do that, it's rush hour. That's what I'm concerned about. And I think about those things and I try to come up with a plan to mitigate them. Okay. That's what I do. It says, I wanted to introduce my son to this, but I've heard you shouldn't take a shadow. It's unprofessional. You know what? I'm tired of people saying that. It is not unprofessional because you can take somebody who is not even a daggone notary as a witness. You can grab a stranger off the street and to be a witness, but you can't take your child or somebody to shadow you to make sure they learn how to do it right. That is the silliest thing that I've ever heard. I'll be honest with you, and I'm not fussing at you, but that is very, very silly to me that you can go and grab somebody who's not even a notary to be a witness. You can grab your own child who has not had done anything with, and they can sit there in a signing with you, and they're saying, well, that's not unprofessional, but you get a notary who has been NNA certified, background check, all of that, and you say, well, that would be unprofessional for you to bring them with you. That just wouldn't look right. We don't do that kind of thing here. We are more prestigious than that. We just send you out there by yourself with no training and no real world application and hope that you get it right. And if you don't, we're going to bury you. I mean, that's really what's happening to people, y'all. Y'all about to get me started. I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to. But I'm just saying, you know, that's the reality of it. And nobody needs to know that you took somebody with you. See, that's the problem with this social media thing. Everybody got to be all up in your business. Nobody ain't got to know that you took Earl with you. You trying to help Earl out, take him. Because the signing companies aren't really sitting down training. And I know, and the trainers that's all over the state, they not, okay, you see what I'm saying? You can only do but so many play mock signings. It's good to see. And people who actually went with me and saw, so that's why here's a way to get around that. If you are an experienced notary or semi-experienced, or however you want to put it, take orders that require a witness and take another notary with you. That solves your shadow problem. Notaries keep saying that, but nobody can articulate to me why is that unprofessional. How is it unprofessional for me to help somebody, but yet you want my money to sit up here with you training all day, every day, not getting real world application, but then I have an opportunity to get real world application, and you're saying that is unprofessional when you're telling me to explain documents, which is against my state law. That's not unprofessional, but it's unprofessional for somebody to tag along with me to learn how to do this business the right way, to get a feel for it. That's wrong. I thought there's a thing called intern. So notaries can't do intern, but everybody else can. Notaries can't have people to learn on the job, but everybody else can. I know you hate witness closing there, Oswald, but that's something that I use as a way to bring another notary with me. What are you gonna say now? I got a floor at the property. I need witnesses. They're gonna be my second witness. What's the problem with that? So that's okay. But if I want to take that same notary with me so that they could get a feel for how things flow, oh no, you shouldn't. Oh no, you shouldn't do that. That's just so filthy and dirty and just who are you? What kind of notary are you that would actually try to help out another notary by taking them with you so that they can really see the real deal? We don't want them to see the real deal. We want them to be clouded in mystery and just figure it out. And if they burn them and if they tear it up, ooh, we got something for them. And we don't want, you see what I'm saying? There's no money in that for people. I guarantee you, if people could make money off of folk tagging along with them, I bet you they wouldn't say it's unprofessional then. And I stand on that statement right there. They won't say it's unprofessional if they can make money off of it. Most people will sit there and say, well, something's unprofessional if they don't see they don't see a way they can make money off of it. Now tell me I ain't wrong. I ain't right about that. All right, let's go back to these questions. There he speaking Haitian to Matherin. Does the signing company want to check the scans before you ship? Some do, some don't. It's that simple. Claude, is some do, some don't. I hope you had a chance to look at the training that I posted. from Saturday night. But some will say they do, some will say they don't. Um, it depends. And again, there's no standard way of saying, yeah, look in the members in the members. When you go in there, there's members videos. You click up there and you'll see community, and then there's a member section in every video that I did, or you go to the homepage of my channel, click on my channel name, and you'll see a member section, and you'll see all the videos, the most recent ones that I put up there. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't forget what I was saying. Never mind. But yeah, so but shipping, scanning the document. Yes, there's no standard way of doing this. Every single company operates different. If you're coming in this business and you're expecting that the way Villa Title and Old Republic operate to be the same, that this signing company and that signing company both want scans and they both want to check them, that's not going to always happen. Here's the crazy part. There's some of these title companies and some of these title companies and lenders, they actually don't want scans. It's not the title company sometimes that want scans, it's the signing company. The signing company wants to scan to make sure that you didn't mess anything up. Because there was a couple of times where the um the title company contacted me about something, or I ended up talking to them because the signers had a question. They called and we was at the end of the signing, and I was like, okay, would they say anything else? No, everything's good. Once I finish here with them, I go home and I get the scans uploaded to y'all. And they were like, oh, one person said, oh, no, we don't need any scans. Oh, okay. I was told that the order said scans. Maybe that might be the signing company, but we don't need scans. Just make sure they get shipped today. Gotcha. So that can be one of the things that's going on. Says, do you do your scan bags? Do you print out your signer's driver's license and then mail it? I just upload the driver's license. I scan the driver's license, um, and then I upload them to the portal. That's all. There's no need to print out. Some companies will tell you again, because it's not standard. There's nothing that says it has to be done this way. Some companies will say, don't send the IDs with the scan backs. We just need, the documents. And most of the time, that's what HELOC's on with Accurate Group. That's on signing. That's on SnapDocs. So they'll say, don't submit any IDs with the scan backs, but I'll submit the IDs in the mail documents. So in other words, what I'm getting to is you read the instructions and you do what the instructions say. They're the ones paying you, and as long as they're not asking you to do something that violates your state law, you do it. It's that simple. So if you're looking for something like everybody's going to do it the same way, they're not. There's no Every signing company is not going to operate the same. Every title company, every lender is not going to operate the same way. And for some people, that is very frustrating because depending on your personality, you want things sort of starch, you want things sort of aligned, especially if you was in the military, all of that. And then you get into this business and things are very, very fluid. Very, very fluid. Case in point. Here's how it can work. It says when you upload, mine's a PDF. Everything I do is PDF. IDs, all of that's PDF. PDF. Where do you save your scans docs? You scan them and you save them on your computer. On your computer, basically you can save them in the same file folder that you downloaded your um documents for that order. You can save them in the same file folder. When you scan them, you can save them there. Or now, depending on how your scanner is set up, there may be a separate scan folder that automatically gets created and it goes there. And then you can take them out of there and then put them in the individual folders for that particular order. You can do it that way. That's completely up to you, just as long as you can get access to them and everything, and all of that. But yeah, I do mine. As I said, one signing company wanted me to send it. Yeah, you send them as a P. If you use Adobe Scan app or Can Scan, it can save it as a PDF. When you scan on your scanner, you can scan as a PDF. Don't scan as a JPEG. A lot of people, for some, they don't change their settings and they don't know how to. But you need to get Google, they get on YouTube, and you scan them. I mean, and figure out how to change the settings on your printer. I mean, on your scanner, and scan them as a PDF at 200 DPI, maybe 300 at the most. Don't do 600 or 1200. That's too high quality, and the file size is going to be much larger. And it says, so sometimes you have to print the IDs to mail it in. Yeah, you may scan it and they may say, don't send them back digitally. Don't send them back with the scans. And you have to print them out and put them in the package. Again, it all depends on what that company wants because each one is different. So here's the thing that I'm gonna see if I can draw this out for y'all. Maybe I can. I don't know. Um, Let me see if I can draw this out for y'all. So, tools. Hold on one second. Oh man, where the heck is this thing? I'm trying to. Okay, cool, cool. This might work. All right. So shapes. All right. All right. So let me show y'all this here real quick. All right. So right here, what you got is you got title. We're gonna go with the title company. You got title company here, okay? So you got your title company here. All right. I know this might be a little. So you got your title company. Your title company may have connections with different lenders. Your title company may have connections with different lenders. Okay. So they might be connected with different lenders. Okay. So these are your lenders. So you got your title company, you got your lenders. Here's the quirky thing. Each one of these lenders may do something different. Okay. But then on the flip side, those lenders may have different title companies that they work with. Okay. They may have different title companies that they work with. So a title company can work with different lenders, and that lender can work with different title companies. So, in other words, when this lender and title company work together, the documents are a particular way. But when this lender and that title company works together, the documents can be different. When this title company and this lender work together, it's going to be different than the other people. So this is why you got to pay attention and focus on what's going on. And this is why I say it's very difficult for a new notary to be so engrossed into trying to understand the documents and explain things because you got all these different variations of the documents that can come, even the order in which they are laid out. They come in various different orders, and you can be completely confused because one company might put all the lender documents first and then the title company second. One might mix them up. So that's why that's what was happening to me. So I said, well, how do I figure this out? Well, what is the one constant? What is the number one thing that is constant with every single document? It's every single loan closing. The fact that I at least got to notarize the deed or the mortgage. I know I got to notarize the deed or the mortgage. I know there's going to be some affidavits in there. So I got to make sure I understand that. Everything else is signatures, signature and date, signature, date and initial, signature or initial. That's easy. But I got affidavits, survey affidavit, occupancy affidavit, financial affidavit, signature affidavit, limited power of attorneys, corrections agreements, the deed or mortgage. So that's 7 documents that I know I'm gonna have to notarize signatures on. Now I look at those notarizations. Are the notarial areas in line with my state law? It's either yes or no. If it's yes, I use it. If it's no, then I add an all-purpose acknowledgement or jurat. It's that simple. I'm not worried about the information above these people's signatures, because on one company, that there's some companies you'll have a corrections agreement that needs to get the signatures notarized on, and then you'll have another corrections agreement in the same loan packet worded differently, but it doesn't have to be notarized. So what is the constant thing that you're going to see? Most definitely there's if they didn't buy, if it's not a cash deal, there's a promissory note and there's a deed or mortgage, depending on the state, deed or mortgage. If it's a seller's, there's a deed, mortgage, or special warranty deed or something to that effect. If it's a purchase, it's either a deed, a deed of trust, or a mortgage. Those are going to be in there if they're not cash deals. So that's why I'm saying you need to stay focused on the notarial part. Why you are all caught up in all of this other stuff and trying to be all Vanna White and Kiki Shepard showing the documents, and then you can't notarize the stuff properly. That's where the issue is. Okay, babe. That's what, now I gotta keep my voice down now. Bring the microphone a little bit closer. I don't want to keep the wife up. But that's what the issue is. You will eventually get to understand the documents and be a little more confident. But the bottom line is, as always, and what's going on, Q? Does your state allow you to do all of this stuff that people are telling you that you should be doing? That's the question. Does your state allow you to do that? If they do, then cool, do it. I don't see why it's so hard for people to just do what their state says they can or can't do. But I know what the issue is. You want to know? You want to know? You want to know what the issue is? Do you want to? You really want to know why there's a problem with just doing what your state says? If you want to know, please put a 1 in the chat. If you really want to know, I need at least 15 people to put a 1 in the chat. That lets me know that you really want to know why it's so important that people say you need to know the documents. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I got one person. Don't tell me I'm gonna have to give Claude a call and then tell him. There's a reason why. Now, it's 26 people in here. I know I can get 15 ones. There's 26 people in here. I know there's a little bit of delay. I can get 15 ones out of y'all. Okay, I can get 15 ones. It doesn't make sense to me that, okay, 5, 10 more. 10 more. Come on, party people. Come on. Anybody just coming in, if you want to know why people are so focused on you knowing the documents and what the issue is about that, it's simple. And it might be surprising to you, might not be. I have said it before, but I will say it again. So we got 5, 10 more. Come on, give me 10 more ones that you want to know what the big deal is about knowing the documents, especially from the notary part, the notary doing this here. We got 25 people. Old people don't started running out. They don't want to give a one. So nobody, so at least two people don't want to know what the deal is. All right, we got six, nine more. Come on now. Come on. Give me, I need some more ones. I need some because I know people want to know. And I want to tell you. I want to tell you. See, this is where you start finding out where people the commitment level of people at, how for real they are. See, this then now people start, yeah, see, people starting to try to drop out. No, oh, never mind. I'm out now. I'm out. See, this is how you clear a room. You start getting people to do some to be for real. Come on now. Okay. I can't believe see, this is part of the reason why people struggle. This is and this is how people get taken advantage of. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So you mean to tell me out of 20 some people in here. Now we had like 28 people when I asked this, then dropped down, then went back up. All right. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Wow. Wow. We got 20 some people in here. I need, if you want to know why the concern about explaining the documents is such a big deal, just put a one in the chat. We got what, eight people? No, nine people. We got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. All right. All right. We got nine. Come on. Let me at least get 10. Come on now. Let me at least get 10. What are you talking about buy? And you can't even put a one in there. Thank you, man. Thank you. All right. This is my assessment. Part of the reason is when you really look at this business, what we do is somewhat boring because what we have to do, and see, there's people that are trying to make this very, very exciting. It's boring because all you're doing is watching this person who you don't know sign the document, you stamp it if necessary, and then you're out. And a lot of people don't know how to be quiet in doing something and not turn it into like, oh, we're going to turn it up. We're trying to express ourselves. We're trying to make something where we got to put our own flavor onto it. The problem is the flavor that you're adding to this business is not legal in some cases. So you rather spice it up instead of doing it legally. It's like, well, and if you think about it, that's what a lot of people are bragging about. They are, thank you. They they're bragging about how I explain the documents. They're getting off on that. They're like, yeah, I explain and I help them and I show them this and I can and everybody's trying to show how smart they are. This isn't about showing how smart you are. This is about how disciplined can you be to follow your state guidelines. But a lot of people are really worried about, well, this is somewhat boring. This business is boring. And that's why I believe some people stop doing the notary part and get into the teaching aspect because that's more exciting for them. It's much more exciting to let me teach you how to know these documents. Guess what? You know the doc and it does something to your ego. It's like, yeah, I know what this document means. I know what that means. I can explain all of these different aspects on the settlement statement. But didn't I just show y'all on Friday night where Transnational, which is a part of Mr. Cooper, the largest mortgage company in America, said, don't explain the settlement statement to them. So here you got the number one mortgage companies telling you don't explain the mortgage the settlement statement. But you got all these other people saying, explain it. This is the confusing part, people, because it's more exciting to run your mouth about something you shouldn't be doing. It's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? It's really like I'm living on the edge. I'm getting to that edge of unauthorized practice of law without going over it. But actually, you did. You don't think you did because you didn't get caught, you didn't get penalized. So, this is what we need to stop doing. Now, y'all gonna do what you want to do. You're gonna act the way you want to act. You're gonna believe what you want to believe. But I ain't got no bail money for nan one of y'all. And neither does those people who are telling you to do this stuff. And I don't know what it's gonna take. Well, me and Q know we've talked about this. What it really gonna take? It's gonna take some people going to jail and getting punished and getting slammed down for doing all of this stuff. It's gonna take the states and be like, wait a minute, you being taught what? Who told you that? We didn't authorize them to teach our notaries this. That's what it's going to take. But it shouldn't take that because each one of you got the common sense to actually sit there and like, am I really supposed to be doing this? What is this job really about? What does it consist of? What does this job really consist of me doing? And when you look at it logically and legitimately, you're like, this is boring. This is boring. I don't know if I want to do this for 5, 10, 15 years. And I understand that. I get it. But for however long you're doing it, do it in accordance with your state law. It ain't worth trampling over there. It ain't worth tiptoeing over there. It ain't worth sneaking under the bushes over there. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. And it's not good customer service for you breaking the law. To break the law is not good customer service. Because if you're going to break the law, then you can't get mad at somebody else who's doing it to you or your family. Why did you do? Hey. You skirting the law with your notary business, so why are you fussing at me? No. That's different. That's different. Is it? Is it? Breaking the law is breaking the law. So y'all figure out how y'all want to do that thing. But I'm just saying we got to do things right. And yes, it's boring. It's not thrill seeking type of business, but man, you can get paid very well for keeping your mouth shut. And that's how I look at this. I get paid very well to just press. I get paid just to do that. Just to do that. I ain't got to flip a burger. I ain't got to wash a car. All I got to do is. What is wrong with doing that? What is wrong with doing that? Oh my goodness. My goodness. So let me get on up out of here, y'all. I think I've answered everybody's question. Yeah, I think I've answered everybody's question. Thanks for hitting the like button. I greatly appreciate y'all. Y'all are wonderful as always. Thank y'all for hopping on because I really wanted to do this live and I was wondering whether I was gonna have time to and everything. So I'm gonna prep my documents. I got 2 sets to do tomorrow, or 3. I think I got 3 to do tomorrow. So get that done. Oh yeah, 3, and they don't have the third one yet. Okay, yeah. So I got 3, so they'll probably get the third one to me in the morning. So I get that done and make that bad boy happen. So as always, I appreciate y'all. I'm here to help, but also make sure you help yourself by doing things correctly. People going to teach and say what they want. They're going to do, teach and say. I'm not going to try to stop them. It's not my goal. But what my goal is It's to make sure you make the right financial decision so that you're not spending your money doing things illegal or learning things that's not applicable to your state laws, because that's your responsibility. And all I'm doing is just trying to be a voice of encouragement to let you know that it's okay. It's okay not to be with the cool kids. It's okay to be by yourself and do this business and stand firm on business, as they say out here in the street. It's okay. It's okay to do that. It's okay. It's okay not to be put in jail. It's okay not to lose your commission. In Virginia, we lose our commission, it's gone for 20 years. I ain't about to 20 years. You can lose your commission because you listened to somebody and you didn't vet what they said. And it's all going to be on you. It's going to be your fault. I don't know these people like that. I don't have that kind of relationship with them to where I can say you're going to be 100% trusted and I can rely on you to back me if I make a mistake that you told me to do. Nah, ain't going down that road. All right, party people, y'all have a good one. Thank y'all again, as always, for your support, for hitting the like button and everything. Share this out to your friends, let everybody know about it, and give me some time, and I'll put those links that I said up there. If I end up forgetting the link, just comment and let me know, and I'll add it up there. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.